It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see the Bills leader at quarterback after his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Bills and the Raiders. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Buffalo Bills and the Las Vegas Raiders. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Bills in this matchup. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up. And then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fields it right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches, 95 yards.
And that put him over 1,000 yards for the season. And the benchmark for running backs, 1,000 yards. The same for receivers. When you have that kind of a year, you've had a monster one.
Now we'll throw here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. You know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right? I
think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
The throw over the middle, taken in. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilkins. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Landry, and he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down now. Landry about 3 yards there to the 27. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 3.
They'll keep it on the ground. Landry, and he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They'll run on 1st down. Landry, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Knight. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
On 1st down, Landry. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. A gain of 2.
He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
We'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive it started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, but
yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It's a gain of 34.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd and 4. And the Raiders have got him. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stats going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Oh, they had a good chance to get off the field defensively there. If they could just wrap up, it's going to be a 4th down. But instead, they can't get him on the deck, and he allows them to pick up the 1st down.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Again, he'll drop to throw. It's complete to Robinson.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42.
15 yards that time, and a Buffalo 1st. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Partner, we always talk about how important 3rd down is, but I think 1st down is equally important because everything comes off of that play. If the defense wins the down, they are able to attack. If the offense wins the down, they might go faster, do other things, and change things up. That big play right there allows this offense to really get in gear.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Burns.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
2nd and 6. Robinson's got it.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Parker.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bills have got it back to within a score.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now he's flushed out right. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Landry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
119 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
back to throw now on first down. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Got to give some credit there.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
It's now 3rd down and 14.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Knight. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 31-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Knight. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Now he's forced out, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And his kick here is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Offensively, pretty good execution. Long drive, chews up the remainder of the first half clock, and they finish it off with 3 points.
And what's the best byproduct of the whole thing besides the fact that they got points on the board? They didn't leave the other team any time to mount a drive themselves.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half.
So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top.
As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they, too, didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled.
And he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And some room to run now. Inside the 20.
And whatever happened to the days of just getting fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And they've got it first and goal at the 3. What a place to start. They'll run on first down. Landry. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Second and 2. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders take the first fumble and convert it into 6 points.
There's a guy that can go to his progressions and find the open receiver. I believe we just saw that there.
And we admire him just a little bit more when it goes for a touchdown. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So they tried for 2, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball on a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it second down. Now back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he didn't quite have the bag spin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Landry
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick six.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They'll start on the ground here. Now the ball comes loose, and the Bills have recovered. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds Robinson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. And he'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 2nd and 3. He's into the secondary. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Bills take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. And maybe there that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Extra point forthcoming. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I think he's still shaking his head a little. It was his fumble on the previous drive that led to the touchdown that has us tied.
And sometimes it's worse on a runner who drops it like that to watch the other team take the ball downfield and score than maybe if they just returned it right away. You know what I mean? Because sometimes what happens that fast, you're right back out on the field. Instead, he had to watch it happen. Let's see if it affects him going forward the rest of the game.
2 yards on the pickup.
Here's 2nd and 8. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. They'll set up a throw. Forced out to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Here's the Raiders punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Fielded at about the 28. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And incomplete on the deep ball. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. He'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now a handoff up the middle. Landry. And down he'll go at the 25. The Raiders on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that's incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanting the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded.
Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. He'll get it inside the 20.
A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards.
On 3rd down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the 1st down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
A 2-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 21-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this 1st down. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And this one is right through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
And give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the posts. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So the Raiders now down 24-21, a minute 47 on the clock. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. They'll look to throw. He's got Landry, and he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He's back to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Wilkins. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field.
Back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Wilkins.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
He'll look to throw.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
8 yards to go.
And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
6-yard attempt.
And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or two, but it's no good as it stands. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. The Bills send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. Taking it about the 16. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger. And dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Buffalo, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against New England.